I'm taking this personal. It's like, like if I want to be the best player in this league, I gotta bust. I gotta kill him. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, Pierre, you wanna come out?
Yo, what is going on, podcast people? Welcome back to another edition of the Off Schedule podcast. As always, I'm your host, Isaac Upu, with my co-host,
Julio. You know what I'm saying? We here back with another one for sure.
And today we got another special guest. You can go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
I'm named Terrence.
Everybody call him Fatt. Y'all might know him by Fatt.
Yeah, he's a basketball player here at James Madison University. Great basketball player, I might say, man. They had a great season this year.
Great season.
We just wanted to, get him on the pod so JMU Nation can get to know him a little bit better, see why he's such a great player, see what goes into him being who he is, man. So let's just start at the beginning. Where did the name Fatt come from? Like, how did you?
My man not fat at all. My man came in this young stick and bones, straight slim.
Yeah, where that name come from?
Man, like I was growing up, I'd be in the neighborhood, like I was fat. I was just a fat kid, and everybody just used to call me Fatt. So like they used to call me like Fat Daddy and stuff. So once I got old, I was like, the daddy got to come off. So I you know what I'm saying? You just call me Fatt. So my parents was calling me that, and everybody just hear it. Like, you play with a lot of AU teams, just play with different teams and stuff. Like everybody just know you as Fatt. So like when they ask who that is, like that's Fatt.
Oh, all right, yeah.
That shit crazy because I was a fat little kid and my childhood nickname was Pills, like the Pillsbury Doughboy. But after I got like fit, you know what I'm saying? People they call me Pills Doughboy. So I guess his shit stuck around a little bit more. But
surprised they didn't call you Big Ass Head.
What they gonna call you?
Hey, man, they call me Handsome.
All right.
But now let's go. How was it growing up in Georgia, playing basketball in the South? Like, how was it down there?
It was crazy, man. I felt like everywhere you went, somebody know you. Like so like they either coming at you, and like I've never been one of them guys who like not be cocky in there, but like nobody know me. So like every jam I stepped into, it was like somebody in there try to get what I got. So like
for sure.
It was always like somebody coming at me, and like some people back away from that. And I was kind of like the guy, and they talk hella smack down there. So that kind of like fueled me up. So that's how like when you in the games, you see like I'm emotional and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like I get that stuff from like just playing down there. Like it's even in pickup. Like you even train with some people like before y'all, like they coming at you talking shit, like you know what I'm saying. So it's like that's why I got there from, like the competitiveness and stuff like that. I'm kind of glad it was like that. First I ain't like I'm like dang man, like told my dad like dang, everywhere I go, man, somebody coming at me, like you know what I'm saying. He was like, man, it's only gonna make you better and stuff like that. So I was like, yeah, that's why I get that edge from.
Nah, for sure. That shit definitely good though, because like you know what I'm saying. You play college ball now, like that's entertainment. You know what I'm saying. People love to see emotion, like for instance, like Isaac gets like a big sack, he do his little celebration. Like people love to see that emotion, that enthusiasm for the game. Is like, you know what I'm saying, you put on a show. At the end of the day, sports is entertainment for people. So it's like the more passion and enthusiasm you play with, like the more people gonna watch, the more fans you gonna get. And also, like, you know what I'm saying, who don't like talking shit? Everybody like talking shit. You know what I'm saying? Like that gonna bring out the best in everybody for real. Cause like I was telling like my other linebackers today, like we have a little competition going with the running backs, which you told y'all last podcast, we're gonna get on their ass. You feel me? We've been doing that. But like I was saying, like I was telling my other linebackers, like talk your talk, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Like talk your talk, cause that's gonna make you want to back it up, because nobody wants to look lame, nobody wants to look goofy, you know what I'm saying? Like anybody who's just talking and not backing it up, like nobody wants to be that guy who's just talking and not backing up. So once you start talking, you put that added pressure on yourself. It's like, all right, I'm gonna talk, but damn, like
it's like good pressure though.
You know what I'm saying? I gotta back it up. Like when I step out here, I gotta do something.
Yeah, got to.
Or they gonna get on my ass. They gonna call me a fraud. This, that, and the third. So it's like you talk that talk. Like you feel me? You gonna motivate yourself to do more, to do better. You know what I'm saying? To back that up. Yeah. So that's a real good thing for real.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I love doing. I love talking. I love going at people because it makes the game 10 times more fun. Man. You don't get as tired because you you hyped up for it, so you
know
don't
what I'm
really
saying?
notice how tired you are and stuff like that. And so you're saying that was how you was from a young age, like AAU.
Yeah, like I
up.
always been like that. Like I used to be worse back then. So
Mhm.
like I used to like do a lot of stuff after I score and stuff like that. But once I got more serious, you know what I'm saying? Once you grow up and stuff
Yeah.
like that, you just start talking, turning all into them
Yeah.
little celebration until you just saying something to the person you just did that to. So that's kind of like where I kind of switched it to me actually being direct to someone or something like that. Not trying to start nothing or something. Like I don't even try to do it. Like sometimes I go into the game like I ain't even gonna say none of these boys. Like I'ma just hoop. Like I'ma just hoop. But like the first bucket I get, I'm talking. I'm like, yeah, that ain't even me. So like I can't change.
Yeah.
I can't change that because even when I try to change it, I don't have my best games. I'm like I come out here kind of lazy, laid back. And then I had games like that this year. Like you know what I'm saying. Like I come out a little flat, you know what I'm saying? Because ain't nobody saying that to me from the other team.
Yeah.
Like, nobody want to talk stuff to me. So, but as soon as one person like say something to me, it's like my whole game changed.
All you need is one.
Yeah, all I need is one. So, like, instead of me waiting for them, I just say something to them just so I can get myself going and stuff like that. Like, it ain't for me to like, you know what I'm saying? Like, try to talk to someone who probably ain't even get no buckets in that. It's just like he guarding me, and it's just like we competing. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, like, that's where it come from.
And
I feel you.
And that gonna like bring out like. You start talking to somebody, that gonna really show their competitive spirit as well. You know what I'm saying? It's like you start talking to somebody and they like they whole demeanor changes. It's like they just got hit by something. It's like, oh yeah, you gonna fold for real. Like I got you. Feel me? But then you get somebody talking back, like, oh word? Like word, okay. Like, word, like it's like that. Like, all right, man, let's turn it up.
Yeah, let's go.
Like, let's go. And then like, you know what I'm saying? So it could really expose your opponent, expose that they competitive, or if you gonna walk all over them, you feel me? So it's like talk that talk. At the end of the day, y'all talk that talk, but just back that up.
Back it up. Gotta back it up.
Hey, yo, y'all watching this video, man. Pause, man. Pause the video right now and subscribe. We need more subscribers.
Takes 2 seconds.
Takes 2 seconds.
And click the like button, 2 seconds.
Yeah, you'll get to see whenever we upload a new video, so you can be the first ones on there to hear the heat that we spitting on a weekly basis, man.
Day in and day out.
Day in and day out.
And just take 2 seconds, just like, subscribe for us. And drop a comment, man. You know what I'm saying?
It's easy. You spend all day in the house anyhow. You do something that's gonna change your future for the better. But now back to the video, man.
Is that something that? Because I know sometimes my coaches didn't like all that rah talking stuff. They like to say use how you play on the field. You don't got to talk so much. Is that something you dealt with coming up? Like coaches trying to mold you to be a more reserved player?
Yeah, so like my 10th grade year, so I transferred schools in high school. So like my 9th, 10th grade, I went to a school called Miller Grove, and the coach, man, he didn't like how like I carried myself. Like, you know what I'm saying? He always thought like I was trying to be that guy. You know what I'm saying? He always thought like I was trying, like me talking stuff to the team in practice, he thought I was trying to like get minutes and stuff like that. But I'm like, I mean, this is me. You know what I'm saying? Because like I went to the high school only because my brother was there. He went a year before me. We had a different coach.
Yeah.
So I went still with the new coach. We stayed with the new coach and stuff. And he just didn't like how like I said something to someone in the game and stuff. You know, like you in high school you can't really say that for real. Like because you'll get a tech, you know what I'm saying? But I mean, like I can't get a tech, you know what I'm saying? Like that just like I feel like that's just competitive to me. I feel like you should be able to let your players, you know, get 1 or 2 techs. I can see if you get it in the clutch. Like I'm smart. Like I'm not gonna get it in the fourth quarter with 2 minutes left in the game. I'm not even gonna get it in the second half period because like that can like it can really get you in the second half. But first half, like I do a little bit more than what I was supposed to do, like saying a little bit more stuff I don't supposed to say and stuff like that. But yeah, he ain't like that. So like I had to make a business decision just because I want to go get in college like that, you know, like bumping heads with the coach.
Yeah, exactly.
Like coaches coming in here, they got to talk to him and he telling them this and we found out he was actually telling them type of stuff like that. So just made a business decision, went on and went somewhere else and stuff like that where coaches. He liked that about me. Like he used to get on me though. Like cuss me out. Like that's the first coach I ever like used to call me the B word consistently. Like because I knew he loved me. You know what I'm saying? Like he was old school, been coaching for like 40 years. So like he kind of helped me even be a man to this day. Like he taught me how to be a man. So like I can take that from him. Like I look to him like a pops. Like I can take that from him. He let me be myself. Like he let me get my little texts and stuff. But he just used to let me be me. And that's who got me here today.
Oh, for real? So So how was that? That leads right into the next question. So how was your high school recruitment? You know, you transferred schools, you clicked, you gelled better with your new team, your new coach. How was your high school recruitment from then on?
Yeah, so I went to 3 high schools, so like I made a move from the school I was just talking about to a school up the street where my man's and them was at. Like had like 2-3 friends on the team. We was gonna make a super team, you know. Ain't no team, you know what I'm saying? Like you know how it be. Like we finna make a squad. Like we finna let the nation know because we from DeKalb County. You know what I'm saying? Like it ain't nothing out there. Like it's just straight. You know what I'm saying? Like it's bad, man. Like our school system bad. Like the neighborhoods around bad. Like it's just a whole bunch of just bad stuff going on. So we weren't trying to do what everybody else do in the cab, you know, come up and then leave and go to Gwinnett, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We want to put on for our side of town, like the east side. So like we tried to do that, and me and my brother went over there. We made we played like a scrimmage game and stuff like that. And then after that, we went to school Monday. They marked us ineligible because our team was just all the teams around DeKalb County were just complaining about our team. They knew me and my brother didn't stay in the district, so we got marked ineligible. And my brother was a senior, I was a junior, so I had more years. I was just starting to get my college recruitment going. I had setbacks at Miller Grove, so I was just starting. I got my first offer my junior year from ECU. So my thing, it was finna pop for me. Like Auburn was coming in and seeing me. Like a lot of schools from Georgia was coming to see me. So it was just like, it's finna pop. And then marked me ineligible. And then I stuck with the team for that whole semester. But the next semester, for me to be eligible for my senior year to play in Georgia, I had to leave the state and come back. So I went to North Carolina to a prep school, me and my brother, just to finish off with him. Like, well, I could have stayed at Southwest and actually played when they got the appeal in January, but I was like, I'm not playing without my brother. Like, that don't even make sense. Like, so I left and went with him to prep school. We played that year with them, finished the year, then I moved back home. My brother went on to college. I moved back home. That's when I went to Tucker. I finished my junior
What college
year.
your brother go to?
He had a D2. His story kind of crazy, man. I wish he was here to tell y'all. Like, he got the real story. So, like, he the one supposed to be here, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? He got a story. So, like, so I did that, went to Tucker, finished out Tucker and stuff. And then I had a crazy summer, man. Like, best summer I probably ever had, like, playing basketball. Like, even if I feel like now, like, that's better than what I did this season, I feel like. Like, so I played for a EYBL team out of Memphis, the Nike circuit. They called me and said they want me to play. So I go play, man. I'm, like, killing on the EYBL. Like, like, I see myself, like, on the mock draft second round. I'm like, I'm kind of, like, I'm doing the thing right now. Like, so I was getting, like, a lot of offers, man. Like, so my team was based out of, it was Memphis. It was Penny Hardaway's old team. But, like, he had to change the name because he got the head coaching job in Memphis. So they was kind of connected and stuff. So I was averaging, like, 17 on the EYBL. You know what I'm saying? And I was getting hella recruitment, man. Like, it's just with no schools up here, though. Like, Virginia, like, I've never had, like, I was something about my recruitment. Like, I ain't never had no schools like Virginia, ODU, you know what I'm saying? Only school I ever talked to was VCU. They offered me. That was that's why I was going. Like, because I was like, that's, like, kind of, like, where I fit, you know what I'm saying? I could have went to Georgia out of high school, you know what I'm saying? Memphis, you know what I'm saying? But, like, I was going to be, like, a guy. I felt like I was going to be, like, a guy that, you know what I'm saying? You know, they get 4 and 5 stars. You know how it works, man. Like, people coming in, they throwing freshmen in front of you. Like, I don't want to deal with them politics. I deal with that in high school. So I was going away from that. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go division. I'm gonna go somewhere and kill. Like, that's my thing. And I'm gonna try to go lead from there. Like, it can happen. Like, it can happen. Like, so I'm like, I'm gonna bet on myself. I'm gonna double down. Like, everybody like, why you go to JMU, man? Like, you had this, you had that. It was just like I wanted to kill. Like, it was a good spot. Like, I looked at the school. I didn't even take a visit. That's what's crazy. Like, I did a virtual visit. Like, I ain't care about the parties and nothing. Like, I was like, Coach B, he used to coach at Georgia Southern. Like, I ain't gonna lie, I wasn't messing with them while they was at Georgia Southern just because, like, that's too close to home, and I just didn't want to be close to home. I wanted to get away. So they got the job up here late. It was like May, man. I ain't even signed yet. I was finna sign the ECU. I was like, I'm just gonna go where I feel like the love at. So I was gonna go to ECU, but Coach B called me and my dad and was like, man, I'm getting a new job. He was honest. That's why I liked him. He was like, man, only one person got a guaranteed spot right now. Y'all know Matt Lewis. Man, he was talking about Matt Lewis. So like, he was like, only one person got a spot right now. I'm like, one person? Like, you know how many schools I done talked to who's saying, like, I'm coming in, like, I'm gonna come off the bench, like, I'm gonna play, but I'm gonna come off the bench and stuff like that. Like, he didn't tell me I was gonna start, but it was like, he was like, you got an opportunity to start. And nobody never said that in my recruitment, like, except for like 2 or 3 schools. But like, I was like, okay. And he was recruiting me from day one. Like, even if I don't test him back, he come to my high school. Like, him and my high school coach was close. So like, I always used to see him. So I'm like, I'm gonna keep that in mind though. So that's why I said, let me stop trying to be big time. You know what I'm saying? And like, really look into the schools that's like mid-major.
Yeah.
So that's why I started putting my focus on. Like I started actually talking to every school because at first I was just like high major. I was talking to South Carolina. Like, I was just talking to straight high majors. But I was like, yeah, let me stop that. Like that ain't even me. You know what I'm saying? I was letting the hype get in my head a little bit, just a little bit. So I was like, hey, let me calm down a little bit. So calm down. I committed to JMU, man. Came up here. Like Julio said, like first time I seen Julio, like, but I was like 165, like never lifted a weight in my life.
Yeah.
My man was skinny.
My life. But yeah, that's how I got to JMU, man. Like, and man said, when one person got a spot, you got the opportunity, you come in and start. And before the first game, I was in the starting lineup, so I earned what I had. So it was like, yeah, like he kept it 100. Like that's the whole point of me staying, like now, like I can leave, you know what I'm saying, go on the transfer portal, but like he was 100 since the day one.
Yeah,
like, I can't trade on him, like you know what I'm saying. Like graduate, you know what I'm saying. Like I can do it here, you know what I'm saying. Make my own story and stuff like that. So that's how it came to me.
So like going off that, like you said, you know what I'm saying, you was in the starting lineup, and so like this year, you know what I'm saying, you in the Sun Belt, and you was a 6th man of the year, but like you know you good enough to start, you know what I'm saying? Like you shown it day in, day out, you know what I'm saying? They rely on you for a lot of, like you get starter minutes, you feel me? You do starter production, get starter minutes, but like you coming off the bench, so it was like, was that communicated between you and the coach? Like, okay, like, yeah, you good enough to start, but like we want you to be that spark off the bench that keep us rolling, or was it like what was the communication? Like what was that? Like what made you become the 6th man and not the starter?
Okay, so I was starting all through the year, you know what I'm saying, the non-conference and stuff like that, but in like the first couple games in the beginning of the summer, like conference play, and I missed my backup like right before the Georgia Southern game, so I ain't play. It was a home game, I ain't play. So you know, you come back from the not playing, you not starting. Like that's just how I go. Like you know what I'm saying. Like so, I came back, I wasn't starting. You know what I'm saying. And I killed off the bench, man. It was like that jump was easy. I was like, man, like I kind of fell in love with it because, like I was like, man, like I get to see the game. You know what I'm saying? Before I get in and stuff like that. But like you said, it was at first it wasn't communicated. Like around that time, it wasn't communicated. You know what I'm saying? But when it was time for me to like, all right, it's time for Fatt to get back in the lineup. You know what I'm saying? That's when it was communicated. Like he came to me. He was like, man, you've been killing it the last. Like I came out the bench 3 games in a row. I was kind of confused, but I don't care. Like I'm in Division 1 level, bro. I'm playing. Like I'm getting in the game. Like, you know what I'm saying? I don't care. Like so he came to me. He was like, what you like about coming out the bench? I mean, yeah, I could have said like I don't like it, but I actually do like it. Like you know what I'm saying? So I was like, man, I like that. Like it's better for the team. Like. You know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like, you know what I'm saying, the seniors, you know what I'm saying, the seniors is their last year, they get to start, you know what I'm saying? I got more years, you know what I'm saying? So I was like, yeah, I'll come out the bench. He came to me like, you want to come out the bench? I'm like, yeah, I'll come out the bench, coach. I'll do anything. Like, I'll do anything. So he was like, he was like, bet. So I started coming out the bench, man. Like, soon as I was sub in the game, man, like, the other coach would be like that, you know how they do. Like they'll try to say something like, yeah, that like he really the man. Like I don't know why he's coming out the bench. Like, so I get all the heat. So I'm in there with the not actually the bench players, but like you know what I'm saying, the people who come out the bench, like who come out the bench with me. Like so we in there with them. Like man, we so good because like the starters are out. They locking in on me, and you got people like Julian killing. You know what I'm saying? You got people like Julian who just is so open for him, like really open. But you know what I'm saying? It's like opening up for him, like he killing. So once I seen like my mans and them eating off of me coming out the bench, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm gonna stay right here. Like I'm gonna eat just like this. I'm good. Like that's what the coach told him. Like don't put me back in the lineup. Like I know like. I ain't trying to be selfish in that, but like I want to come out the bench. You know what I'm saying? So he was like he cool with that and stuff like that.
My man said, "Big weed." Little me.
That's very interesting because not a lot of guys would take that approach. You know, like a lot of people, they're like, oh, if I'm not starting, they could be playing starter minutes, but they're like, oh, if I'm not starting, it's like it's a punch to their ego or something. So like, hearing that from you is actually really refreshing because that's a cool mentality to have, and obviously it's paid dividends. It's been very successful for you and the team.
Yeah, damn, I feel like I set the trend for JMU basketball, period. Like, just in, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, playing basketball, I'm pretty sure it's the same for football. Like, you got people who don't start and literally act like a girl about it. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, like you walking around, like, you tell something wrong. Like, you like, man, like, it's fine. Like, so I feel like I set that pathway for this coaching staff, period. Like they can always go back and tell anybody who coming in, like you know what I'm saying. Like we had the lean scorer on the team coming out the bench. Like he won 6th man of the year. It's a second team all conference. So like you get second team all conference coming out the bench, like come out the bench.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
come out the bench, man. Like if you
Like, it could be done.
yeah. Like, just come out the bench, man. Ain't nothing wrong with coming out the bench. I know you want to look good, you know what I'm saying, in front of the school, coming out starting. Like, it look cool. You do look cool. Like, you coming out doing a handshake.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's cool and all, but, like, once the game, you check and see who in at the end. Like, that's what matters, man.
That's what
who
matters.
finish. Like, you don't got to
That
start.
stat
Man.
sheet.
Yeah, just finish, man. Like, whatever you do for your team to win, do it, man. Like, it ain't worth just being sad because this junk go by fast. Like, that's how this junk go by fast, man.
Definitely do.
It'll be over like this, and then you think about, like, you pound. Now you ain't got no stats. Now when it's time to go pro, it's like, man, like I should have just sucked it up and just did what I had to do for the team, and you gonna win, man.
And coaches gonna see that too. Like, you feel me? Like, if you pouting, you being sad, like they gonna see that as like bad energy that can affect the rest of the team. It's like, so you don't ever want to be that cancer part of the team. You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, coaches are people too. So it's like, if they have to sacrifice one person for the betterment of the whole team, they're going to do that. Even if, you know what I'm saying, you might be that guy, but you might be affecting all 11, 12, 13 other guys. Like, all right, we're not going to keep this one guy and sacrifice 13. We're going to sacrifice the one and keep 13. So it's like, the ego got to really stay by the door for real when it comes to team sports.
It's a business too. You got to think about the coaching perspective. Like they can, you know what I'm saying? Like
they get paid.
No coach, they get paid and they can get fired. You know what I'm saying?
Easily.
So they gonna do anything to win, man. Like if it's for you to keep their job, be that you, man. Because they gonna always look back when you done with college. Like, man, that man right there saved my job. Like they probably don't say that, but deep down in their head, like, man, that man right there saved my job. Like just. Man, wherever you get in, fit in. That's how I feel.
It's really like
especially
that.
with this, man. This Division 1, like, man. I'm pretty sure everybody on y'all team good. Like,
Yeah.
It's Division 1, man. Like, ain't nobody sorry. Like, you look at this dude, like, man, I do this, man. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you can't do that in Division 1. Like, you got, you know what I'm saying? Just don't be that guy everybody know is just, like, you can't take him serious because, like, he pout and stuff like that. Like, be a grown man. Just work. That's how I feel. Like, man, just work.
Yeah, that's one thing I had to adjust to when I initially came to JMU because, you know, everybody's a man in high school. Then they come to college and you're one of many.
Yeah.
You know, there's people who was state player of the year. There's people who was national player of the year playing with you. So, and you're not the guy anymore at that point. You come in as a freshman. And, like, you have guys who've been at that school for years, established All-Americans, all-conference that are playing above you. And they look at you like, bro, you're just a kid from high school.
Like they ain't looking at you no other different.
Yeah.
You got to show them, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can trust you and stuff like that, or they can just, like, just really gain trust for real, so they can know to look for you. You know what I'm saying? Like, this dude right here, he ain't gonna shy away from no moment. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, coach call him in, he gonna come in. Coach call him out, he gonna run out. You know what I'm saying? So, like, be that guy coming in. That's the type of guy I had to learn too, just like you. You know what I'm saying? Like, you coming in being that guy, and you like, damn, I'm supposed to be killing this level. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, and you ain't killing this level because your mindset wrong. You supposed to be thinking, like, I'm trying to win games. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to win championship. You know what I'm saying? Do everything possible to try to win a championship. Throw all your things in the championship. You're going to start hitting shots. You're going to start catching interceptions. You're going to start scoring touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? Like, just throw all your energy into winning, and you're going to have some winning stuff going on.
Yeah, it's really the little things, man. Dude, like, the little things that add up. Because you can't just jump straight to the top. You got to build your way up, and that's definitely something I feel like a lot of people in athletics can relate to. It's just unfortunate that it usually takes a couple of years for it to click in like that.
And them be the ones who actually go though.
Yeah.
Like the ones that take a little minute for, like them be the ones that actually, like, if you stay down, like it'll pop for you. But if you like giving up, you know what I'm saying, it ain't gonna work. But like them be the ones who actually do something. The ones who start out slow, man, who actually picking up everything by watching. So when it's time to play, they like, man, I know all this. Being a sponge. Like, you got people who don't get in and just give in. You know what I'm saying? You can't give in.
Shit, like Deion Sanders said, man, so it's for all the recruits, all the young guys. Once you sign them dotted lines, all your stars go away. You just become another person. You got to prove yourself. You become from top dog to fresh meat. Like,
quick.
Once you sign them lines, whether you 4-star, 5-star, 6-star, 8, whatever you want to call it, as soon as you sign them lines, all them stars is out the window. You just another number on the roster until you make a name for yourself. You're not given that name. You got to earn that. You got to make it. You know what I'm saying?
So, like, one thing I really find interesting about, like, our transition and being able to play in the CAA and the Sun Belt is like the difference in competition level and how that has affected all the different sports. Because all the different sports have been pretty successful so far, even making this transition, quote unquote, up to a better conference. So how is that factored into basketball? Because we talked about it from a football perspective on the last episode, but how is that factored into basketball?
Man, basketball, I feel like, man, like CAA, you know what I'm saying? Like you have like two of them teams, you like, man, this, I don't even want to go on this trip because you already know you might win, you know what I'm saying? Not to look down on nobody, but it's just that energy, you know what I'm saying? You from a difference when you playing who's one of the top teams?
Marshall.
CAA.
Oh, CAA.
I don't even know.
It's probably Charleston. Yeah, Charleston. Okay, you go play Charleston, you like, yeah, I'm ready. But then you go play William and Mary, it's like, man, like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But like, I feel like in the Sun Belt, man, like the difference between CAA and the Sun Belt to me is every night, man. Like day in and day out, man. This team can be at the bottom. Like we actually lost to a team at the bottom, like at home. Like they came here and just spanked us, like, because we was like, yeah, we finna push these guys over. We was thinking CAA, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
They came in here and spanked us, like made us look so sorry, like for real. Like all our top scorers, we barely scored. Like they shut us out. Like so. The transition from CAA and Sun Belt, man, that junk is every night, man. Like, and they so strong. Like they physical. Like they so physical. So like the weight room was guaranteed. Like getting hit this summer, last summer and this summer. Like heavy, like heavy. Like everybody gotta be like Aki, go up 5-10 pounds from last year because that's the difference. It was a physicality, man. Like CAA wasn't physical at all. I feel like. But it's the Sun Belt, that's all it is. Like a team will beat you off straight toughness. Like toughness. Like probably ain't even the most talented guys ever. Like, and like they got a lot of guys like who's similar to me, you know what I'm saying, who actually talk. Like they talk smack, man. Like it's crazy. Like I think that's why I be so turned up in the game. Cause it's like, man, like they got me on that, man. Like they got me on that. But the Sun Belt, man, like good conference, man. I feel like for every sport, I feel like even for y'all, like coming to the game, it just look different. You know what I'm saying? Like it just looked different from CAA. It looked like they supposed to be out there with y'all. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like Sun Belt, like I know y'all gonna be fine regardless. You know what I'm saying? But like it's just like, man, like y'all beating teams and stuff, but like a couple of them teams, I know y'all like, man, like we got up out of there. They're good. We got up out of there with that win.
App State, bro.
App
State, man. They
I watched that whole game.
Nah, like you were saying though, like we was talking about on another podcast. It's some games that we won that we was like, bro, like we didn't even celebrate. You feel me? Like after like everybody took out their pass, showered, you know what I'm saying, whoop-de-whoop, and left. But like we wasn't really celebrating because it was like, damn, like we ain't played to our full potential. You know what I'm saying? We ain't do what we was really supposed to do. But like you said, we got out of there.
Yeah, we got out of there.
We got out of there with the win. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, but even with the transition, you was cooking, bro.
Yeah.
You was going crazy. Second
But,
team all conference, 6-man player of the year. I mean, that's not easy to get all conference.
Not first year for sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
First year in. You know, I got it too, you know. But
Yeah,
it's not easy going into a new conference. You don't have the politics of being an established university in that conference. And to come in there and to be all conference and be all tournament team too.
Yeah,
so like,
I forgot about that.
Yeah. So like,
hold on.
Yeah,
what does all tournament team mean?
That's like, so we had, you know, the Sun Belt tournament we have, you know what I'm saying? It's all the top players. But you gotta win. You gotta win your first game and stuff like that. Like so we ain't play, we was like top 14, so we ain't playing until Saturday. So we played our first game, we won. You know what I'm saying? So like you gotta feel like you gotta win that first game. Cause it was like 2 or 3 players I feel like that had some crazy games, but they didn't win, and that was the only game they played. You know what I'm saying? So for us to win, I feel like that's what got me the all tournament team. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like I forgot all about that actually.
Another game that like stood out to me that I came and watched, that Marshall game, you and an old boy from Marshall was kind of like going back and forth. Like y'all was really, you feel me? Like you taking the ball, you doing your thing, he getting the ball, he doing this thing. It's like how was that battle between you and Cuss from Marshall?
So it was the first time we beat them, you know what I'm saying? So he won player of the year in the league. So he one of the best players in the league. You know what I'm saying? So like we beat them at Marshall, you know what I'm saying? So when they came back here, I'm like the player of the, like we already knowing like he probably player of the year, right? You know what I'm saying? So like knowing you finna play the player of the year in your building, you know what I'm saying, where you go to school every day, it's like, man, give you an edge, man. And it's like we play the same position. Like this is my matchup. Like we practice this, like Fatt, he gonna do this, you know what I'm saying? He gonna do that. So like this, I'm taking this personal. It's like, like if I want to be the best player in this league, I gotta gotta bust.
Feel me?
I gotta kill him. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like,
I feel you.
all cool though. He a cool guy. Like, you know what I'm saying? But like that game, man, I took that personal. Like, you know what I'm saying? He going at me, I'm going at him. But like when you go at me, it's like, yeah, like now I gotta like that's what I feel like that's worse than talking. I feel like, you know what I'm saying? Like people can talk all on the bench, you know what I'm saying? Not even in the game. But once you going at somebody, I feel like, okay, I don't know if he think I'm sweet or what, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta turn up. Yeah, I gotta turn up. He in my building too. I gotta win this game. You know what I'm saying? We ain't pull it out, but like, I was like, man, I did everything.
It was close for sure.
Everything trying to win that game, but it was just like he a good player. So like, you playing a good player. He older too. That was his last year. So I'm like, I'm younger. So I'm like, you know what? I can come up off him. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I go at him, man, like, it's no doubt I'm not one of the best players in the league, and that's what I was telling my coach. Like, we was over there on the sideline, you ain't arguing with your coach, but you know, like it's love, all love. Like they trying to get me to switch off and guard somebody else. I'm like, nah, like I'm here. Right? You know what I'm saying? Like I'm with him, and he dapped me up. Like, but I like that. You know what I'm saying? Like,
so y'all trash talking?
Nah, he don't even trash talk. He ain't even one of them guys. Like he more like so on the business side, like, but good shot. You know what I'm saying?
Duncan.
Yeah, he out there trying to coach me up and shit. Like he trying to coach me up.
Like that might be worse than trying to coach me
yeah, he trying to coach me up. So I'm like, I ain't even really saying that to him. I'm more locked in because I know it's a good team. It's like you don't even get time to talk smack with them. Like they taking it out, they running. So like anything you do, you probably you letting the team down if you celebrate and stuff like that. So like that was my mindset in that game. Like, do what I do, get back. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm going playing one of the best players in the league in Harrisonburg.
Yeah,
for sure. So it's like, like I got to let the coverage know, like, I'm here. You know what I'm saying? Like, not even know, you know what I'm saying? Just like I had to let them know I was here.
Yeah. So like moving forward to next season, what are some things that, like, what are some goals for you next season? Obviously, winning a championship. And, are there any other like individual goals that you're looking to accomplish next year, or things you think you can improve on?
Probably my leadership. So like, I'm like growing into that leadership role now. Like I gotta like lead the youngins, you know what I'm saying? Lead everybody, keep everybody like I feel like that's one of our things with our teams these past couple of years, like just staying locked in the whole year. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I feel like we have our months, you know what I'm saying, where we just go undefeated, like we locked in, and then we might start the next month, lose 2 in a row. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So just keeping everybody together and don't let nobody get tired during the season. You know what I'm saying? Like, man, I'm ready for the thing to be over. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like the young guys saying that because they ain't really getting an opportunity. Exactly. So I got to like cut all that out, you know what I'm saying, for us to win the championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all won a championship. Y'all know what it takes. Like, you can't have that. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to keep everybody together. Everybody got to get treatment, stay healthy. That's been our biggest thing, keeping people healthy, having people to go in treatment. You know what I'm saying? People like to practice and go straight home, but you got to hit that. You got to hit that.
Got to be in that
training. Got to be in that training.
Yeah, got to.
I don't care if it's 10 minutes. You got to do something. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's my biggest thing. This should just lean everybody to, because I know what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know my individual goal is just going to come off me working. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I don't know exactly what I want. You know what I'm saying? Like, but like you said, I want to win a championship. That's like my individual goal, but as a whole too, like I want to win a championship. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if I'm gonna do another year at JMU. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm about to graduate. You know what I'm saying? So I want to win a championship. This year coming up, I got to win a championship
for sure.
And obviously, you have dreams of playing at the next level, right?
Yeah.
How does it? What are some things that factor into that with basketball? Because I know like, y'all only got 2 rounds in the NBA, but there's also a big opportunity to play ball overseas. Whereas the NFL, there's a lot more players getting selected and stuff like that. So how does that dynamic work with basketball? Have you thought about playing overseas? Or
yeah, for sure. Like a couple of agents be hitting me and stuff like that. Like that's like I got that on. Like I'm gonna play that regardless. You know, I feel like that's there regardless. You know what I'm saying? As long as I keep doing what I'm doing, like overseas gonna be there. You know what I'm saying? Main goal is the main goal. First you go after the main goal. You know what I'm saying? Then if you gotta do that, then you know what I'm saying? It's reality. Like grown, like it's time to make a business decision. But like I gotta go at the main goal first because I feel like I've been playing a long time. You know what I'm saying? I gotta at least try to get in there.
I gotta try. I feel, man.
I gotta try.
Real,
all the early mornings, lifting, running, all that stuff. Like, I gotta at least throw my foot in there, at least stick my head in there and see what's going on. But like, overseas gonna always be there. I feel like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's one thing with me too. You know, I've been here for forever. I've been at JMU playing, and it's like I would hate myself if I didn't at least try. Yeah, at least go out there and try to make it to the league and fulfill my dreams. And after all you put into, that's something that you owe yourself, and it's something that you don't want to be regretting for the rest of your life.
Yeah.
We
So I
get one shot
definitely
at
feel
it.
that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's that one shot. You know what I'm
Mhm.
saying? I used to think JMU was like, you know what I'm saying, lower than a lot of schools, but man, people know about JMU, man.
Right.
Like,
For real.
man, I ain't even know that. Like, I'm
Mhm.
from down south, so this kind of far. Like, what school you go to? JMU? Like, oh man, I know about JMU. Like, y'all the Dukes? I'm like, yeah, like that's crazy. People know, like, man, y'all football team just won the other day. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, they be going crazy and stuff like that. I'm like, dang, people know about JMU. Like, that's good. So like, I ain't really know that at first. So like, I feel like we keep working, like all of us. Like, I feel like we gonna get in there. Like, we'll win in school. Like, we win at everything. Like, ain't nobody just having a terrible season here.
Facts.
Yeah.
So like, it gotta be some eyes somewhere lurking around here.
Mhm.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
all we gotta do is keep working. That's how I feel.
Yeah.
Like, we gonna
Facts.
probably get in there.
Winning just in the air, man. That's why y'all gotta come to JMU.
Yeah.
Winning floating there. Winning floating there. It's just flowing.
For real.
Winning.
I ain't gonna hold you, Julio. That was ass. I don't know what that was. So winning, that was
Winning
ass.
flowing everywhere, man. Don't hate because we winning.
But nah, man, you had a good time, bro.
Yeah, for sure, man. I
Man,
gotta
I
do this
appreciate
again,
you,
man.
bro.
Appreciate you
This
coming
smooth
through.
right here.
Yes, sir, man. I appreciate you letting the people in on what makes you you and how you developed over these years, man. It was great to learn because this is my first time hearing all this stuff too and learning.
Facts.
And getting the inside scoop on basketball and stuff because I've only played really football.
Yeah.
Coming up.
That's what
through
people
college.
don't know. I used to play football. I used to be crazy.
Hold on, wait
You
a
was
second. Hold on.
in there.
I used to be
Good job.
crazy.
You play receiver?
The crazy thing is, I played running back my whole running back and linebacker. You won't even believe because I was like smaller. You know what I'm saying? Like, I
okay.
ain't hit a growth spurt until like 10th grade. You know
For
what I'm saying?
real?
Yeah, I used to be little, man. I used to be running back and and we used to play the 4-4 on my part team. I used to be had two linebackers in the middle. I was one on the outside, so I used to run the 4-4
For
defense.
sure.
I used to be hitting, man. That's what they don't know. Like, I used to be in the
Okay.
trenches, like hitting, like. I
Okay.
got tall, I had to let it go, started being too sore, you know what I'm saying? Talking about lifting and stuff, I'm like, yeah, I'm out. I don't go play basketball, I ain't lifting no. You know, a little summer jump they have in high school, man. You gotta come out there in the summer, it be hot too. I'm like, man.
What?
Hot.
I'm like, yeah, they don't think this for me. Man.
What?
That's what I'm jealous about basketball. Y'all got to play indoors.
Play
Play
That
indoors.
summer work ain't no joke, boy.
Another thing, what's it called? I was cutting one of his teammates, Justin Amani's hair like a couple weeks ago. And he used to play football too. He was like, yeah, I had to stop because, bro, it was getting too hot out there. I wanted to be inside. So I wanted to be inside, so I was playing basketball.
Yeah. But nah, man, I appreciate you coming through, man. Another great episode, man. Another
For
one.
sure.
Yeah,
Y'all see my man around campus, man? Say what's up. His name is Facts.
Facts. And make sure
Not
y'all
with
go
an S,
follow
with a
him.
Z.
Go follow him on social media, man.
Yeah.
I'm gonna put your social media down below.
My guys.
For sure. Appreciate
All right, man.
you.
Make sure you like the video, subscribe, and we back again next week with another episode, man. Peace.
Peace.